So if you want to get a better mix in Traction Waveform, this live stream is all for you. All right, I'm going to be going straight into it. I'm going to give you some tips on things that I normally do when I'm mixing. Now, I'm going to give you a heads up too as well. This is not a completed song because I have not finished the lyrics or finished singing it. But I just want to give you some tips to help you start to carve that sound that you're looking for. We will only be using the stock plugins that are in Cakewalk. All right, I'm just a Norm, aka Norman. I apologize. I'm late. It's 9:13 a.m. You know, setting a time for 9 a.m. in the morning when you don't really go to bed until after 12 o'clock, that wasn't ideal. I should have set this for a little later. I normally do it early like this because, for one, I know I have some that have really tuned into the channel that are overseas or in other countries, and this is the perfect time for them sometimes because now there it's nighttime, you know, and they're probably off of work and they could sit and chill and with some popcorn and watch a video. Also, this is a time where my kids tend to be a little bit more asleep, so it makes it easier for me to have less noise around. So let's get into it. You may hear my voice is froggy because a few days ago I lost my voice. It is slowly coming back, but my range and singing, all that is gone right now. So if you have any questions about anything, just send them to the chat. And also, oh, good morning, Dick's Music Boards. Good morning. How are you doing? All right, so let's get into it. Switch this over. All right, so what we know, let's say, so we can know what we're working with. I'm just going to play all the instrumentation that we have so far. And I don't know if I'm going to do any other instrumentation to this or anything, but this is what we have. Okay, actually, let's mute the lead vocals because what we're probably going to do is focus on just music today, mixing the music.
It's true, it's over, it's true, don't want you, baby. It's true, it's over, it's true, let me find another.
Sorry, I hate to eat stuff. Never really ate stuff while I was going live. I apologize. You hear crunching? Not sponsored, but these Lorna Doones are so good. I'm not gonna lie. All right. Okay, so I lied a little bit. So some of the stuff that is on here, well, some of the instrumentation, of course, like the keyboard is SI electric piano, which is from Cakewalk. The so I have a plate reverb on. Oh, these are vocals. Okay, got you. Vocals. All right, lead vocals. Track 9 is like nothing. Okay, no, that's my effects chain. Okay, I just effects. All right, so the heart and soul of any production or any mixing project to me is the drums. So, and because I'm a percussionist or a drummer, that's where I spend a lot of time. So what we're going to do is we are going to look at the drums. Now, these are, this is from the micro sampler, right? Okay, I brought it. Okay. So these sounds come from Splice, and typically when you get things from Splice, they're automatically going to be compressed. EQ, etc. You may not have to do much to them, but if you want to try to do more to them, then we can look at that. Let's bring up the mixer. All right, and let's see, bass drum. So right now I have nothing on it. One thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to settings, all right, at the top, and I'm going to make sure that my audio, if you use NASIO drivers, I'm going to make sure my sample buffer size is up really high as much as I have to bring it all the way up. I do this, if you have a capable computer system, it's got 32 gigs of memory or something like that, you may not have to do that. I have 16 gigs. I mean, I can keep it low, but whenever I get to dealing with plugins and effects and things like that, I'm going to raise this buffer size up. And that's just going to help, help keep my CPU usage down compared to when the latency is lower. I DTI 64. Hopefully I said that right. Hey, bro. Good morning, everyone. I told everybody my voice is froggy, so, if you hear it cracking, I apologize. But I still wanted to get live. And just like I wanted to make a video last night, hopefully you all got a chance to look at the video. Normally in the description, I will put, who sent me that question. I didn't get a chance to do that, but it was someone that sent me the question about using the game controller to control traction waveform. And I was able to figure it out. So I got it working. All right. So I'll switch that up here. And when you do that, it might not show up automatically right here. So what you got to do is, I just kind of switch to a different driver, and then I'll switch back to the driver that I had it on. And now you'll see it populated. I don't know why it doesn't do that. But, okay, so now when I'm back, I've got a little bit more leisure now. I got a little bit more room to play with. And let's look at this bass drum real quick. Okay. Now, I am still like getting used to using this mixer scene. So I was like, wow. I was like, what is this? Insert MIDI. Oh, okay, cool. All right, awesome. Okay, we're going to click on the plus sign and we're going to, let's say I want to, one of the biggest things that I have, with dealing with EQ and compression is just finding something that works good. Dick's Music Board says, do you recommend using stock plugins first? No. Well, I don't know. I mean, so this is like new to me, right? I've only been in traction waveform, been working in it since June, May of last year, something like that. And it was when I was on my other channel, Just a Norm, which I really cover cakewalk tutorials on, that I made one video about traction waveform, and people tend to like it actually. And then I made another video and that kind of started doing well too as well. So I decided, let me invest in it and make a whole channel about it. So that's why this channel came about. I believe that if you have a DAW and you're not able to, I'm trying to switch some things over. If you're not able to get a good sound with the stock plugins, then it's not a good DAW. I mean, it was just simple as that. Me personally, every DAW that I can list has some type of stock effects, and hopefully they have stock instruments. Okay, not everybody has stock instruments, but let's go down the line. So you have Pro Tools. Pro Tools has great audio effects in it. I don't know if it has instruments or not. I can't remember if it has instruments. Maybe it has a bundle that you can get, but it doesn't matter if you have instruments or not, because you can get samples. You can go to a library, get your bass drum, get your snare, and put your beat together. But using the effects that are inside the DAW is very important, because if you're a person that doesn't have money, You can't go invest in, hundreds and hundreds of dollars of of other plugins for other companies. And I think of it like this: like, you're a person, if you're just getting into this, getting the best quality does not mean getting the best gear or getting the best, tools. You can get $1,000 mic, and yeah, it'll sound good out the box, but if you don't know how to mix, then it still might sound like trash in the end. You can get $100 mic, and professional audio engineers know how to do this. They can get different. I mean, they have their preference, and they have several mics that they can choose from. So they choose the mic that's for, whatever's best for that situation. But you can get a SM7B, which is a $300 mic, and you can record a whole album with it. It's been done several times. Okay. I might be wrong. And if I'm wrong, somebody's going to correct me in the comments. But the whole Thriller album was recorded on an SM7B. All right. So it was, it's a mic kind of shaped like this, basically. This is not that though. This is a Fifine mic. All right. But you could get a mic like that, $300, and you can mix it, and a record comes out, sells, millions of records, and or you can say, man, look, I'm not making a record until I get a $1,500 mic. I'm just gonna sit on my music, So if you're gonna sit on your music like that, just don't do that. I mean, I did that. I made a song, made music. 20 years later, I decided to put it out. Please don't do that. Even if you put a song out and it's not good, just put it out anyway. Like, because it's about the process of finishing things. Like, so that's one of the biggest things I'm dealing with this year is like starting a song. Like, I started this song, I really just made it for, a video really here. But then all of a sudden I was like, I like this song, so I want to finish it. So I need to finish it. But I've got plenty of other songs I need to finish too as well. So try to work out, in your schedule, try to get one song finished, regardless if you have the right gear, regardless if, you don't have all the plugins, you saw somebody use Fab Filter and you want Fab Filter, but you ain't got, $150 for the plugin. You better use the plugins that's in Waveform. Just use the stock plugins, okay? Most compressors work the same way. Most EQs work the same way. Some of them may be a little more fancy or have a little bit more gadgets on them, but the bottom line is that you're carving a sound to what you want to hear, and if you're not sure what you want to hear, that's where you pull up a reference, all right? And we'll talk about that briefly. Like, a reference track is a track that you can, that's already been mastered, that's already probably on the radio, or, it could be your favorite artist, or it could be something similar to the style that you write in, and you pull that song up, you bring it into your project, and while you're mixing, you can listen back and forth. Do you do a gain level match, which means that, of course, the track that's mastered is going to be way louder, so you kind of match it as far as decibel levels with your mix, and then you go from there. And then you kind of like, it seems like the bass drum has a little bit more, has less low end, but it has a little bit more click to it. Okay, on this bass drum, I like to click, so let's put more clicks. So you're gonna know you're gonna put more high mids in there, and that's how you get that sound. If you're going for that, what I love about mixing is that there's no right or wrong answer for mixing. That's what I love about it. This lemonade is good. It's not the best, but it's good though. Yeah, there's no right or wrong answer for mixing. So, and it's crazy because I can put on a song, I can go to Apple Music and put on a song, and one song will come on, and then right after that song goes off, another song comes on. It's a totally, completely different mix. One song may have more bottom in it. One song may be warmer. The other song may be, more open sounding, may have more snap to it. One even on one song, like, have you ever thought about like how And I know I'm talking a lot. I'm gonna get back into mixing. I know you all like, man, shut up, dude, please. It's too early in the morning for all this, or it's too late at night for this, depending on where you are. Have you ever thought about how when a person records a song and they enlist a collaborator, so they are someone to get on the song, and do one verse, whether they rapping or whether they singing or whatever, and the main artist like always has, maybe in this case sometimes, but the main artist always has like these amazing vocals, right? Like, everything's crystal clear, it's in your face and stuff. But then sometimes it seems like the person that's like added to the record, like they mixed it themselves, or they have the mixed characteristics to be different. So one may be bright and punchy in your face, but the other one may be dark and warm, or it might be dull a little bit. I noticed that because I was listening to a song yesterday. I'm not going to say the name of it, but I was listening to a song yesterday, and it was a night and day difference between the mixes on the vocals. And that's what's cool. It makes it interesting, just makes it different for the ears to hear. All right, so this bass drum, waveform, let's switch it back. Okay, say I want to EQ it a little bit. So I go with a simplistic method, which means that I listen to it and then I say, let me try this and see if it sounds better. I'm only going for a sound. Does it sound better? If it doesn't sound better, then I just won't do it. And let's just say, well, I use an 8-band EQ. Let's see. And what I'm going to look for, I like that this stretches out. Love that. It's one thing that I love. This plugin stretches out. Okay. Oops, I clicked on presets up here, which I didn't mean to do. Okay. I might use one of these though. Let's see. Kick. All right, they got a kick preset that's up here. Let me see how that works. All right. And let me see. I got the bass drum set. And let's actually let's do this. Put on loop. And play. Do I like that? This is without. You tell me, how does it sound in your ears if you're using headphones? Okay, so one thing that I noticed, and you noticed it too as well, is that whenever I put on the EQ, it made the whole track a little louder too as well. Complete waveform tutorial guide, long video. Vortex, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I do have a long video. I do have a long form video actually on there. I mean, it's my getting started with traction waveform, but it's not really long. I can get really, really long videos, you all. Like on my other channel, I have videos that are, over an hour long. Like, so, but yeah, definitely I can do that. Yeah, so you notice that the volume got louder. So I mean, there's two things that you could do. Now I don't know if it's on here. There's a normally there's an output that you can actually turn down the EQ overall. Don't really see that option on here, so which is fine because I'm gonna come behind it with a compressor, you know, if I need to add a compressor. Once again, I'm only going for things that sound better. And I think so far that did make it sound a little better. All right, let's click on the plus sign again. I'm gonna do a, oops, I keep wanting to click on that. Let's do this compressor. There's all the compressor that's in here anyway. Now this one doesn't stretch out though. Okay. Yes, Vortex. I actually have 3 or 4 other YouTube channels. I have Just the Norm, which is like, that's my artist name. It's my performer name. Just the Norm is that's my oldest channel. That's the one that I focus on a lot of the same stuff, tutorials about, you know, audio, do reviews, and I focus on Cakewalk by BandLab a lot on that channel. So Just the Norm. I have my whole franchise is like Just Does. So Just the Art is my art channel. Just the Vibe, VIBE, is my gaming channel. Yeah. Vortex. Hopefully you heard me. Just say I do. Yes. 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 It's called Just the Norm. All right. Just the Art. Just the Vibe. Okay. Those are the main channels that I have. I used to have a Just a Tube, which was all about just doing YouTube tutorials. And yeah, for some reason that, maybe because it was inactive for a while, I hadn't did anything on it, that it just got deleted. I mean, it was fine. And then just 1 year went by, I didn't do anything on the channel. And next thing I know, they just deleted the channel. But anyway, that's another story. I might come back to that one soon. But yeah. And this is the newest channel, Waveform Explorer. So if that helps. So I just turned this on. Okay, what's this set on sidechain? Okay, we're not doing no sidechaining right now. But or did I have sidechain on something earlier? I don't think I did. Okay. All right. Yeah, don't. Yeah, the gaming channel is just something that I love to do. It's growing a little bit, but you know, it's hard to grow in gaming. It really is. You got to put a lot of videos out. You got to be so interested. I get stuck on being a teacher. So, I mean, and I can do tutorials about different things, but I know I just rather just play the games and, you know, anyway, that's another story. All right. So with the compressor, I'm just going to turn it on. I'm just going to see like if it made any difference. Let's press play. Okay. With it on. Oh, you can hear that. And you're like, man, that just sucked all the life out of it. It sure did. Can we fix it? Let's see. All right, what I'm doing is I'm just doing a slight compression ratio. Let's do. Okay, so let's do like 1 and 9/10 to 1, basically, if that makes sense. Threshold. Okay, that's nothing on. Okay, and then I can when I lost volume, but I can bring it back up with the output. Okay, so and in that decision, I automatically decided I don't want the compression. And just like that, that's how I would choose it. I'm like, Sometimes you don't have to put extra compression on it. It's already compressed bass drum. So when you compress it more, what does it do? It just squashes it and you lose the essence of the sound. So I'm not going to do any compression on it. I think it's fine for just adding some EQ to it. And what I might probably do is, does this have gain on it? Okay, what's that? Okay, that's LFO. Let's see. Does it have? What's this? When it indicates clips are playing in the launcher. Okay, stops all the clips in the slots. Okay. Got it. All right. I was trying to see if it had a gain here. Maybe. Gain. Okay, so I know it's on this side. Let me bring the browser back up. Actions. Gain. Track. Input. C. Clip. Track. Track name. Ghost tracks. I'm still learning where everything is on here because it's like, it's one of those things where you got to like kind of just read through each like category and I'll make videos about that too as well. Like, you know, all right, let's just look at the track section. Let's explain what all of this means because there's a lot of stuff on here like freeze tracks. What does that mean? Comp group. What does that mean? And tags, you know? So, there's a bunch of cool things on Waveform and I'm really just starting to see it. I'm like, oh, I got some videos coming for y'all. But I don't see what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a gain knob because normally you should be able to just adjust the gain of that track. And I mean, of course, now volume wise, I can turn it down over here. But that's not what I'm looking for. I was looking for like actual gain. But it's okay. We'll just turn the volume down for now. All right. I'm turning the volume down. Oh, does it come up there? Pan. Okay. MIDI velocities. Invert polarity. Remap enabled. Okay. All right. I'm just gonna turn the volume down because I don't want my bass drum to hit. Oh, it's okay now, man. I'm not hearing nothing. Where'd the sound go? Uh-oh. Did I lose my sound? Oh, what did I do? What did I do? No channel. What is that? Okay, hold on. Control Z. Okay. Control Y. Control Y. I don't hear nothing on this anymore. No channel. Okay. All right. I got to fix something because I don't know what I just did, but all of a sudden the bass drum just left. All right. Let's go back. Control Z, Control Z. Okay, let me go back to the mixer because I had that up. Okay, I have this up here that says no channel selected. Hold on, let me see something. Still getting sound there. Okay. Don't you love when you run into problems and oh, was it this? Oh, maybe that's what it was. There it is. Okay. So that whatever it's like launches a clip launcher. Yeah, don't click on that. yeah, don't click on that. I was like, where the heck did my sound go? I thought I was tripping for a second. Can you all still hear me on the stream? Hope so. All right. Back down. So I'm bringing the bass drum down so I can I just don't want it to go through the red. Okay, now it may seem like the bass drum is a lot softer, which is fine because I'm going to bring everything else down too as well. In fact, I'm going to do this. I'm going to bring everything down. I'm not worried about the vocals yet. And I'm going to ease these up, all right? Because there's multiple levels of mixing. Like one is just fader mixing. And that's just literally just, you know, you got a whole original console, the old school console, you can move stuff up, you know, at the same time. But on here, you got to go through it and turn each fader down so that we can figure out exactly what level it should be at. So I'm going to start with the bass drum. Bring the snare up some. Oh, and I definitely do something to that snare. I don't like that. All right, hats. Need to do something to them too as well. I'm gonna pan that a little bit. Okay, bass drum. Oh, yeah, sub bass. So if you double click on the volume, it'll reset it right back to 0 decibels. All right. All right. Where's the oh, keys are way over here. I'm like, where's the keys at? If I try Waveform with Linux, I have but only a few like Linux. Nothing against Linux. I don't have a computer with Linux, but there is an option, and I haven't been able to do this yet, but if I ever get a Chromebook, that's I have a Chromebook that I use, but it's from my job, and so some things I have access to. But through the Chromebook, you can actually turn on an option to use Linux, and it will allow you to actually install Waveform on the Linux. So that means theoretically you can install it on a Chromebook. So, but yeah, I haven't used it on Linux yet. All right, so I noticed there's a few things that I need to do. Bass drum, I got to sound, a little better. It's got a little bit more bottom end. Okay, and then what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to keep from peaking at all. So which is why sometimes normally there's a gain knob. I just don't see it on here. And it might be on here. I'm just missing where it is. But normally you can turn the gain down to keep everything checked. So that way whenever you get ready to, really mix it and master it and things like that, that you don't have a distorted mix. Because if you have a mix and if from the get-go, if it's already distorted or it's already clipping, then you're not gonna have no room. You're not gonna have nowhere to grow. All right, bass drum was cool. I noticed that the snare, let me hear the snare by itself. Now I have the snare layered with a rim shot and some snaps. So, but I just know that's just so dry. So I can do something to that. Actually, I don't need compression on this either. Let's do, it's dry. So normally if you was hearing noise and stuff, you can put a gate on it, but this is so sharp. It just needs to, needs more snap to it. To me, anyway. All right, let's stretch this out. Pan it. Start with here. High pass. Adjust the Q on this. Ever so slightly, just add a little bit more highs and a little mids. I took some of the bottom out. I would never use this snare by itself because it's not interesting enough to me, but that's why I layered it. So Okay, let's try that. All right, let's look at the sub bass. I'm using the X sub. Should I add more to it? Just using 3-band EQ this time. Okay, if I want more air, you can really hear the note then. I'm gonna keep it this way. Let's bring it back up. So with on, without, with on. Okay. All right. So far, I'm happy with it. Nat, you're probably thinking like, well, it doesn't sound loud. I'm not trying to get things louder, just trying to get it sound a little bit more current glued. Another thing I might do is I might add a compression to like the drums collectively, or I might add, compression to the keyboards, or I might EQ the keyboards if I was going about doing that. When I first started making this song, I was actually pretty cool with the way it sounded, even without mixing it, really. It's just, everything can always sound a little better, so just remember that. Let's go here. I'm going to click on that. Let's bring that back over. All right. Okay. Take the loop off. Now I know the music's gonna be like loud. I mean it's soft, but the vocals probably gonna be stupid loud.
I told my mama that I never fall in love again. I guess I was wrong.
I'm so excited, you all, because I have not put a song out yet using Waveform. Like I use Cakewalk all the time, so I put out a lot of songs with Cakewalk. But I'm so excited about being able to finish one song. So this will be the first song I finish. I also have a song called Nightlife, which I actually wrote as an acapella. It was just like, a little 30-second acapella thing that I did. And then all of a sudden, I decided to make it a full song. So I'm excited about doing that. But my goal is, at least by maybe springtime, I will release my first official Waveform song. So, and I've got an album that's going to drop. I might have a few albums dropping this year, but I got an album that's going to drop. Now it's going to be, I might mix it up. It might be some Waveform stuff on there. Might be some Cakewalk stuff on there. So I'm excited about that. But you all just get in here and have fun. Just do what you got to do. Figure it out and get your mix the way you want it to sound. And then you can always, if you're not sure about like how something sounds, you can always email it to me. You know, send me a snippet of it. Doesn't have to be the whole song, and I can listen to it and be like, you know, hey, oh yeah, you know, maybe try this. Is the submix track the same as the bus track? And can you show me how to use the send track? Sure. Okay, for instance, let's say like I have this as the submix track, right? And it's got vocals in it. And here are the vocals. So what I could do is I can add all the drums to a mix too as well. Let's do that. Okay. I'm not. Okay. Let's do. So if you hold down Control, it's bass drum, hats, ram shots, sub, mix, snare, snaps. All right. Hold down Control, right click, and then you want to do is go add to submix track or pack selected tracks to a submix track or to a folder track. I'm going to say submix track, which basically is like a bus. All right. Okay. And now all of those are right here. And you notice when I clicked on, there's a little tiny arrow right here. When you click on it, you can expand them or retract them. And so now on here, if I wanted to add something else, I could do that. Like I can add, you know, I don't know. Maybe I wanted to add a limiter. I don't know why I would want to do that, but okay. Then I can just solo that. This will just keep it from peaking. That's with it off, with it on. Okay. Changes it ever so slightly, so maybe I want to put that on there. That'll kind of help it from hitting that ceiling, so I can adjust it down. So I mean, that might be something I want to keep on there. I might want to add effects on here. I did the same thing with my vocals. So up here, you know, here's my submix 1. I have plate, reverb, you know, got some compression, some EQ, etc. And I added that collectively to all of those vocal tracks. It's more friendly than putting individual plugins on each track. That eats up more memory, CPU usage, and how to do a send track. Okay, so for instance, let's say I wanted to, I don't know, maybe I wanted to send this guitar to another track. All right, so I can, first of all, I can right click and I can do create track. All right, and on this track, I'm going to, you have to type in, this is weird the way this is set up, and if I do this wrong, this, you know, this is so anyway, I did this like one time and I was like, man, this is so weird. But basically, okay, so let's say the guitar has the information, the guitar track has information, and I want to send it to track 19. So if I'm correct, like I said, this might be wrong. I didn't mean to do that. I'm going to click, I'm going to add, the we're gonna put the sand return here. I'm gonna put the sand here. Okay. Oops, did I do that right? Nope, I clicked on the wrong thing. No, okay, no, that was supposed to be on there. Okay, tripping. Is this it? Yeah, okay, this is it. Put that in front. Oh, I got this on her twice. Okay, I don't need it twice. All right, so then let's see. And you'll notice that it's coming through channel 19 too as well. So theoretically, if I add it, and this might be the reverse, I might need to do it the other way. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so I think this is opposite. I think this is supposed to be return. Maybe this is supposed to be the send. I don't know. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry. So you're supposed to put the sand behind, I guess, behind the instrument. Maybe that's the way it works. Let me look. Let me listen to now. Just switch this to. Well, no, let's try to keep it on that, I guess. Okay, bus one vocal parallel. Disable all other return plugins on this. Enable all other plugins on this. Okay. This is one that I'm still trying to figure out. So that's why I said I might make a mistake with this. But typically on a track, so like if I had a track and I say, okay, insert a send, I can insert a send there and it'll send it to a different track. And then on that track, that really should be the return. But on this one, you have to do returns and sends. I don't really like the way it's set up for as that matter, though. I'm used to just being able to say press send and it goes to another track. Delete that. I think, hold on, maybe. I know it's something that I'm missing here. And if you know in the comments, let me know. All right, let's see. Send. Send. Aux return. Aux send. It's not doing nothing. Don't know. I'm gonna have to look this up. So, that's a good question. I got to learn more about what to do for is that because, I don't know. It's that theoretically that's how you do it, but it's something different. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let me see something. Unless there's something on here. Let me see. Look at the bottom. Yes, peak mode is RMS mode. That's cool. Insert. Oh, add to submix track. Hold on, here we go. This might be what I'm looking for. Add to submix track. And maybe the submix track is kind of like a okay, let's try that then. Let's try. That didn't work. Add folder track. Just add submix track. I thought it was gonna pack it too. Okay, well that's the same thing what we did before. That's like a bus, but I'm looking for the aux port. All right, I'm not gonna spend a whole lot of time on this. I will figure that out though. That's a great question. How to say your singing voice is like Michael Jackson. That's a compliment. Thank you. I don't think it's quite like Michael Jackson, but yeah. I mean, even when I was younger, I really sounded like Michael Jackson. But right now, I sound more like Barry White because I can't hit nothing. But I'm like, yo, sometimes in life, that's how I sound now. Anyway, wow. Okay, so obey. Hopefully, I'm saying that correctly. You gave me a good question. So I showed you how to do the submix track. The send, that's how you do the send, but it's something about the wiring. So one thing about Waveform, it has a lot of like wiring capabilities where you can like route stuff different ways and things like that. And I don't understand why they created the sends like that. Like you would think it would be easier. So like if I put an aux in here, guitarist, vocalist, disable all other synth plugins on this bus, enable all other synth plugins on this bus. Okay. Then I'm sending that level, and it's just, bus 1 vocal parallel. And then this one's getting a signal, but route audio from track. Ooh, maybe this is something here. Hold on, route audio from track. Guitar, maybe? Let's see. This might be a send. All right, okay, I see what's going on with that. And it's like we got a loop going on. Let's say something. Okay, so is send track only used for reverb? No, it's not only used for reverb. So basically what a send track does, sending a track allows you, or send allows you to do parallel anything basically. So like you're saying, you're sending the audio, or you're sending the data, well, this is MIDI data, the guitar part. You're sending it from there. This might be one reason why it's not allowing me to do it, because this is not audio. That's probably what it is. You're sending, you're assigning a different track basically that's working parallel with the original track. And what this allows you to do on the separate track is you can actually mix the new track differently. Like you want to take all the lows out, add more highs, and then you can blend them together. That's one way. So this is good for like parallel compression, reverb, EQ, or anything like that. You can also do switch this back over. You can also do a copying the track. So like if I copy the guitar part, and it was audio, if I copy the guitar track, and then put it on a separate track, and then I can EQ that second track separately, and then I can blend them to taste. So that's another way you could do parallel editing, basically. I put it like that. But yeah, it doesn't have to be just reverb. I just chose reverb because reverb is like, I wanted to see if it was going to make a difference in the sound. And so I need something. If reverb is on and it's working right, you're going to hear the difference. So that's why I chose reverb. I don't know exactly what's going on with that. Maybe it works better. I think it works better on audio. Maybe that's what it is. but let me see. Let's do it on the vocal. Oh, actually, and I do. Yeah, I have it on the vocal. So okay. Here's the vocal right here, right? I got this muted. Let's just solo these parts.
I told my mama that I never fall in love.
Oh, sorry, I got that guitar still down here.
I told my mama that I never fall in love again. I guess I was wrong.
Okay, so now I have, but it's 2 lead vox on here, and that's just because I'm playing around with stuff. But I have this. So this is the same way I did. This is the send, and then the return is right here. And so what I'm doing is I'm sending the signal to this, and I only have it on this one. So this one just has, if I just play this by itself,
I told my mama that I never.
Okay, it's very dry. It has nothing on it. But I'm sending that signal to track 9, which has all the effects on it. So now when I add track 9 in,
I told my mama that I never fall in love.
and I can bring it down.
I guess I was
or
wrong.
I can bring it up. You know, so you heard a big difference in that.
I told my mama.
That's an example of how it works. Maybe it doesn't work right for MIDI, because that was a MIDI track with the guitar, but normally for audio it does work. So you put the send on the original source, which is a track that you recorded on. You put the return on a new track. So you can just create a new track, put a return on it, and then you can put all your effects on there. So, but I have the return in front of everything. So all the effects come first, and then I have the return. I don't know if it matters which order they come in, but as you can see, it does work. So that's how you do that. Oh, okay. All right, if you all, I'm going to go ahead and call it quits. I feel my voice is like starting to get tired. And if you have any questions about Traction Waveform, please make sure you let me know in the comments. I have several questions that I received. And like I said, my intention is when I get ready to answer them, I might answer them in the comments, but I might just create a video for it, you know, and then I'll share it with you, you know, to make sure that you know how to do what you need to do. I made a video about how to use your PS5 controller. I think it came out now this morning. Hopefully it did, and hopefully you all see it. But if you haven't already, definitely subscribe to the channel. And if you watch this at a later time, you know, hey, what's happening? All right. Take care, y'all. Peace.